Alright, here we are for another round of Standard. No. How about no? Oh, this hand is not great. I think we keep it. Ooh, nice. It's a perfect card to have on top. It's kind of awkward when you don't have the double red. Like, this hand's reasonable when you have this with the second red, right? Because you're kind of, like, insured. Not insured, but you're somewhat guaranteed to have an on-time Chandra when you're on the play. Hopefully for no grasp. We're hoping for a Grim Player. Alright. One can hope, huh? See how this plays out. I mean, my hand is really... Moonlocks have just made it into my opener so much that I almost feel as if we should be playing Emrakul instead, but Emrakul wouldn't even be that castable this game anyway. Mountain. Alright, it's not looking good. Having a bad draw game 1 is not where I want to be. I want my bad draws to be in game 2 and 3. Right. I'm just going to lightning this. Mountain? Mountain? Cool. Alright. Sometimes the deck does have a fail rate. I mean, it's pretty clunky. Probably going to die to Liliana alt here if we don't hit a mountain anytime soon. My opponent's probably ecstatic that we're not hitting. Alright, we need a mountain this turn, or we're probably dead. Should I play it out through Liliana alt? I mean, I guess I could deck him, potentially, with Ulamog, but I don't have any Kha'Zix Eternians in my main deck, so... It's rough beats. Don't really know how I'm supposed to beat this. I have to hope. I think maybe I just pass. I want him to have more stuff in play when I... Though he can, like, prepare for an Emrakul now. So I think I just go. Because he can kind of, like, set himself up against Emrakul. Tormenting Voice. Interesting. I think we can just take the Whirler. Another good part about the Whirler, instead of Kha'Zix Return, is, like, it helps you get back to enough energy. And I want to also, like, get rid of a zombie. He's gonna to the slaughter it. But I was gonna say I want to potentially get rid of a zombie before the zombies go crazy. I think it's too late now. Like, Emrakul is really bad against Liliana Ultimate because it gives them extra turns. So I think I'm just super dead. I wasn't that far off winning this game. But just dead. I mean, for the show, I might as well see what happens here. Even if I'm Emrakul, I'm just dead. That's the thing. Yeah, I'm dead. All right. Game 2. We can bring it back. I mean, because we have diversified threats, I'm not as afraid as I'll pick the brain. 2 trackers. Do I want to negate? I don't think so. Okay. Puzzle Knots. 2 Virtuosos. Possible Puzzle Knots better than Virtuoso. I don't really like negate. Doesn't counter Emrakul. Doesn't really only counters pick the brain when I'm. He's gonna only pick the brain me when I'm like tapped out. Do I want Virtuoso or Puzzle Knot? I can maybe I can cut a Harness Lightning actually. I don't want to let him just freely Grimflare me, but at the same time, I want to be able to Marvel better. Yeah, let's make that change. Yeah, this hand's fine. Actually, no. Well, I think it's fine. Maybe it's not actually because I don't. The Ishkanas are kind of dead, but I do have Artifact Creature, Sorcery already. Hopefully we want to kind of like go after this with Grasp, I think. Grimflayer, sure. Land is nice. I guess we just go Vessel, because we could Ishkana next turn. If he attacks, it's kind of a weird spot, because he could have a grapple. I think I do just block. He probably has a Grasp here. Force him to use it. He's got a grapple. This is a good trade for me, I think. Like, I'm not in a rush to put Ishkana in the graveyard, and this gives me a creature as well, which is nice. I guess from his perspective, it's cutting me off of different colors. Get a World Breaker, that's pretty good. Unfortunately, we hit 2 sorceries. I have Delirium if I take the World Breaker. But I can just get the artifact into the graveyard. So I don't want to miss land drops in this matchup. There's the Marvel. I think we should just jam it to play around Pick the Brainer. He could have Appetite though, but most of these decks play the early versions play Appetite, but most of them play Natural State now. So I like playing out the Marvel. I mean, I can go 2-drop, 2-drop, and even if he takes the Marvel, then I can play Ishkana, but I don't have Delirium right now. Let's see what he gets. A Gear Hulk? Okay. My deck is pretty stacked right now. I think we just go now, because we can hit a Chandra, so... Ooh, Ulamog? Should probably bust this up so you can play it, so you can see it. Nice. See, for every time that Ulamog is in your opener and you're like, oh, it's bad, it's just so good. It's so much better on the early turns where like you can't really, they don't have enough mana to interact. So on the draw, I think I want Harness Lightning. I think I absolutely just want to keep his dudes off the board. Puzzle Knot was fine there, but so I don't mind having one. I'm not really thrilled about Whirler, honestly, in this matchup. I could play Negate instead. We did see Lost Legacy, but Lost Legacy is like not really that good against our deck. I still want to keep this just because it gives me another artifact. Negate is interesting. That's another reason why we don't want to cut too many Harness Lightnings is instance. I'm deciding between like a Negate, I think, and this Whirler Virtuoso. I do want enough energy that I can just jam on him if I need to. So I think we're gonna keep. We're just gonna let him Lost Legacy us. Like we have a pretty diversified deck. Like what is he even gonna name? Ulamog? This hand is pretty bad against a Deliriumed Pick the Brain, but since we saw Lost Legacy, like I don't know if these decks usually are gonna split or what, but if he Lost Legacies us for Emrakul, we just get to draw 2 cards, which like might actually improve our hand from this point. There's a Grimflayer. I think we want to block. Like I said before, we just want to not let him get a Grimflare going, because that can help him find interaction. And also just deal us a lot of damage. Like, the longer the game goes, not the better for me, because he can Emrakul himself, but if the game goes longer, like, I have a ton of whammies. You know, like, he's got just, like, one Emrakul and 4 Traverse, and I have, like, all the Marvels, you know, all the vessels to find them and stuff. I guess, like, because of 4 Traverse, it's kind of even, but I don't really know what I want here. I'm going to play the Evolving Wilds. I'm going to just crack this first, because I might want to get a Mountain for Chandra. Right now, actually, I only have 1 blue card in my deck. So, like, oh, no land. That's huge. Let's crack this. There's the Chandra. Nice. Probably going to run away with this one. Chandra is good, but it's awkward when they have Quagmire in play already, because they can just, like, for free finish it off. That Harness Lightning is interesting. He did show me to the Slaughter, so I could plus 3 cards in Graveyard. Or I could minus, save the Harness Lightning. Plussing is worse against like a Ruinous Path type effect. But if he's spending a turn pathing me, like how is he going to win? Just force him to have it? No, I'm just going to make mana. I'm going to force him to have it. If he doesn't have it, like, I'm just going to ultimate the Chandra. I don't really need the Harness Lightning to kill anything at this point. Like, if he plays another Tracker or Grimflare, it's just too late. Get a little bit punished, but like I said, it's not even that big of a deal. Like, we're getting another, I guess I cracked this. I don't actually need blue, so let's go ahead and search for a forest, right? I only have 1 blue card in my deck. It's probably an awkward number of blue cards to have. Got a little punished, but if we can spike an artifact, we can cast Emrakul this next turn. Yeah, we're getting really punished now. Artifact? Because we would have just had a Harness Lightning for this. But that's okay. Kind of bricking off a little. Oh, actually, do I want to crack this now? I don't want to, like, hit a Marvel and then him transgress me. But actually, it's fine because I could hit, like, a Tracker or something I want to play. Ooh, another Emrakul. See, that's a reason. Now, if he lost... I guess I draw 2 if he lost Legacies me, but... Ooh, that's tough. That puts us in a tough spot. I shouldn't have cracked that Vessel. I could lose to Lost Legacy here. I guess I do get to draw 2, but, like... Yeah, I'm fine against Lost Legacy, but I prefer not to have to play against it. Here it comes. Nope. Post-combat. That's questionable. Alright, we survived the 1 turn we needed to survive. So yeah, we got a little bit greedy. But like I said, I feel like it was so hard for us to lose if he did like spend the last turn Ruinous Pathing or whatever. Does he have creature in the graveyard? He does. That's probably game. Because if he does Ruinous Path, we just have plenty of turns to either play our Emrakul or draw something good. Shikana, sure. I have him on a 2-turn clock. Mindwreck Demon doesn't really save him either. We still have a backup Emrakul. No reason to play it. Like, his hand is just creatures, so. Nice.